Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I invite you to join me for a short, gentle, yet very powerful yoga practice to help you stimulate that rest and digest or relaxation response in your nervous system and to help you support your digestive system. So this practice is going to be focusing on stimulating the lower branches of your vagus nerve. This is going to help you feel more calm and relaxed and help support your vagus nerve in carrying those feel-good neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine to help you feel better, to help you slow down your digestion, and to help you sleep more deeply at night. So my name is Farah. I've been teaching yoga for almost 20 years. And my deepest passion is supporting individuals like me who struggle with anxiety and stress. And sometimes that comes along with digestive issues. So this will be a very nourishing practice to help you feel calm and help you rest more deeply. For this practice, we're going to want just one prop, and that's going to be a yoga block. And if you don't happen to have a yoga block, don't worry about it. Just look around your home and find a firm blanket or towel. You can fold it up in this long rectangular shape and then fold it in half one time. And you're going to have a very similar shape to that yoga block. I'll also place a link below for my favorite yoga block that I've been using for many years. Go ahead and grab onto your prop and let's get started. All right, for this practice, we're going to come down onto our back with our knees bent. Let's go ahead and have our yoga block or folded blanket or towel right along our side, easy to grab onto in just a few moments. We can rest our hands on our belly. To start, we're going to take 3 mindful breaths together. So up to you, you might close your eyes or just soften your gaze. And we're going to breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. So when you are ready, begin to take a nice, slow, deep breath in. Breathe deeply all the way down into your belly. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. And again, nice, slow, deep breath in, breathing deep and wide. And then let it out the mouth. One more time, deepest breath yet of your day. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. If the eyes are closed, let's slowly flutter them open. We're going to do a very nourishing self-massage here for our internal organs and abdomen. So we're going to make soft fists, and we're going to be using the pinky side edge here of our hands, starting right over the navel or the belly button, so right in the very center of your belly. And we're just going to begin to gently knead inward. So you are in complete control here. You find a degree of sensation that feels comfortable. So no need to go very deep here. Just find what feels good and comforting and finding your own rhythm and pace here. And then staying center, but let's begin to work our hands over to the right a little bit. And then eventually coming back over the navel and then over to the left a little bit. Just letting this feel good. And then coming back to the center, and then let's move our hands up a little bit. So now you're right beneath your ribs and center. Maybe continuing to take some nice, slow, deep breaths. And then working over to the right. And then back to the upper center, and then working the hands over towards the left. So stimulating those lower branches of the vagus nerve, supporting your digestive system here, and coming back to center. And then beginning to work your hands all the way down into the lower belly. So just gently kneading, trusting in the power of your own healing hands. And then working over to the right, so you're right above your right hip bone. And coming back to center, and then working over to the left, so now you're right above the left hip bone. And coming back to center, and eventually the very center, back over the navel. And then relax your hands, let your arms come down along your side. Just take a couple of breaths here, observing any lingering sensations from your self-massage. And then from here, we're going to grab onto our block or folded blanket or towel. If you're using the yoga block, you're going to be using the lowest height level. And let's pull the navel in towards the spine, find a little tone in your abdomen, and then root through your heels. Use the core muscles to lift your hips, slide the prop underneath the sacrum or very base of your spine, and then let your pelvis come down to rest. So take your time to get comfortable. And then from here, we're going to be moving in and out of bridge pose. And we're going to be lifting our hips on the exhale. And each time right before we lift, we're going to pull the navel down in towards the spine, toning the belly. And at the same time, just very gently pulling the pelvic floor up and in. You might think of this as a very gentle Kegel exercise. And then we're going to be lowering down on the inhale breath. And as we lower down and come back into contact with the prop underneath us, we're going to really soften into the belly and soften into the pelvic floor. So let's bring our arms along our side, tuck the heels slightly back so your ankles are more in line with your knees. For some of you, that might mean you can now feel the heels with your fingertips. And let's keep the jaw soft and relaxed, the shoulder blades grounded. And we'll inhale together here in our starting position. On the exhale, navel hugs in towards the spine, pelvic floor gently up and in. Lift the hips up any amount. It doesn't have to be a lot, whatever works for you. And then on the inhale, with some control, slowly and gently lower. And then soften your belly and soften the pelvic floor. So exhale, navel hugs towards the spine, hips lift, pelvic floor gently up and in. And then inhale breath, slowly and softly release. And then soft belly, soften the pelvic floor. Exhale to lift the hips, your heart rising towards your chin. Back of the neck stays long. Knees stay right over your ankles. Inhale breath, slowly lower down. Exhale, tone the belly, pelvic floor up and in. Lift the hips any amount. No need to force or strain. Inhale breath, slowly lower. And then soften the belly, soften the pelvic floor. Exhale, lift the hips, navel hugs in towards the spine, pelvic floor gently up and in. Inhale breath, slowly lower. Soften the belly, soften the pelvic floor. So now I'm going to invite you to take 5 more rounds completely on your own, moving with your breath back and forth. Remember to tone the belly and pull the pelvic floor up and in on the exhale breath as you lift, and then a nice soft lower. as you relax the abdomen and the pelvic floor. Tuning in to all the sensations within the movement. Remembering your intention behind this practice to help calm your nervous system, to support your digestive system, to help you feel better and rest more deeply. This exercise is like a pump for those lower branches of the vagus nerve, helping to support your mood and slow down your digestion. And then no hurry whatsoever. Take all the time you need. Whenever you've completed that 5th and final round on your own, surrender your weight to the prop underneath you. Soften into your belly. Soften into the pelvic floor. And then from here, we're going to be coming into supported leg stance. So now we're inviting more circulation, more nourishment into this area of the body, as well as supporting and helping to strengthen our immune system. So one leg at a time, we're going to kick our legs up. And if you're feeling tight in the hamstrings, the hips, the low back, feel free to leave as much bend as you would like here into the knees. And then no need to flex the feet. Just relax the toes, the ankles. And we want the prop underneath us to really be supporting us here. So this should feel like a very minimal effort. So feel free to adjust the block closer in towards the shoulders or further away to find that perfect spot to help support you to make this almost feel effortless. Arms relaxed down along your sides. Completely up to you if you'd like to close the eyes and tune inward, or maybe just soften the gaze and tune in to all the sensations within. So drawing our awareness down out of the anxious thinking mind and down into our physical body. With curiosity only, just observing all the sensations. Maybe noticing tingling within the legs as the blood pools from the legs down into our abdominal cavity. Soft face, soft shoulders. And you might even imagine here that with every breath in, that you're breathing in relaxation and calm. And every breath out, you're breathing out any stress, any discomfort, anything that no longer serves. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And then on your own time, as you feel ready, begin to bend into your knees. Lower the soles of your feet all the way back down to the floor. And again, we'll pull the navel in towards the spine, find that tone in the belly. Use the core muscles to lift the hips up just high enough to slide the prop out from underneath you. 1 vertebrae at a time, gently lower all the way down. And then soften into the belly. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice, loving, nourishing squeeze. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side, nice and slow. massaging your back. This rocking motion can also be very soothing and calming for your nervous system. So maybe a couple more times to each side. And then eventually allow yourself to roll all the way over onto one side. Just a brief moment of pause and reflection. Just noticing how you feel. Maybe observing any difference in the way you feel now compared to when you started this practice. Taking all the time you need here. And whenever it feels right, with as little effort as possible, pressing yourself up. And you did it. Thank yourself so much for taking this ever so important time for yourself on your mat today, for supporting your nervous system and your digestive system. I so appreciate you sharing your time with me. If you liked this video, please support me by hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tips to relax your body and mind. You might also be interested in my free downloadable guide, 8 Tools and Practices to Ease Your Anxiety. I'll place a link below. This free guide will also be available on my website at farahfaeyoga.com. Thank you so much for practicing. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.